Hi there. Happy New Year.
Everyone is leaving.
Over the last few weeks, multiple prominent YouTubers have announced that they are retiring from the platform, or at least substantially reducing the amount of videos that they intend to create. Tom Scott, Seth Everman, MeatCanyon, MatPat, Stampy. All of these are big names in the YouTube space with millions of subscribers between them and some really interesting and inventive and honestly, incredible content. And that's not the only thing they have in common. They all cited similar reasons or almost the same exact reason for wanting to step away from YouTube and take a break. Exhaustion from the consistent content churn that YouTube demands. Now, I will say this. While many people have said a lot of these creators are outright quitting, some of them aren't quitting in the sense they still have other channels sometimes, a second channel where they'll do more vlog type videos or stuff that they're really passionate about, maybe a podcast. Even some people like Tom Scott, who has reported to outright quit, has said, hey, I'm leaving the door open. I may come back at a later date, but I also may never come back. I think we've been talking about the media ecosystem of YouTube's effect on its creators and the people who utilize it for a while now. There was a lot of talk last year about Tfue quitting his channel. There was also a lot of talk about Smosh regaining their channel and why they lost it in the first place and what happened. There's creators who have stepped away and come back. There's me who just got this money. What the fuck? And this is a big deal because Tom Scott's video, which dropped about 8 days ago, feels like it set off a domino effect on multiple YouTubers re-examining their relationship with this platform. So I wanted to go over why so many YouTubers are leaving that full-time dream job now. What about the YouTube platform both supports and also drives creators to this place, and what all of this means for the community and culture around content creation. And let's start from the basics. 8 days ago, Tom Scott posted a video on his channel. After 10 years, it's time to stop making videos, with him looking off into the sunset and goodbye there. Which feels like the solid YouTuber, oh, you're gonna click on this, until he said this.
This isn't the standard YouTuber burnout apology video, and it's not, oh, woe is me, I'm leaving forever.
God damn it, Tom. After giving an earnest list of the things he's proud of, Tom also mentioned why he is stepping back from the platform.
There's been a video a week for 10 years. I never broke the streak. I can't keep this up. This is my dream job, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I know I'm incredibly lucky, but a dream job is still a job, and it's a job that keeps getting bigger and more complicated, and I am so tired. I now have two possible choices. I could keep making bigger and better things, keep climbing the ladder, build a business, hire full-time employees, and end up as a manager.
Now, this video was big. It dominated Twitter, it dominated headlines, dominated everybody on YouTube. Everybody was talking about, oh man, Tom Scott actually quit making videos. But he wasn't the only one. 2 days before that, MeatCanyon, the guy who makes those disturbing, also fucking amazing animations of celebrities and different things that are going on, announced that he's taking a huge step back from the animation that he's been putting up almost every 2 weeks, which is fucking crazy that he could do it like that, in order to really work and make something that he's proud of.
I feel like I'm doing it to try to get as many subscribers as I can, to try to make as much money as I can, you know, to keep this business floating up. I have this weird fascination that I have to, you know, upload all the time and do all these things to be a part of the creator zeitgeist or culture. Maybe that's how I'll get respect from my peers and everything like that. And it just sucks, honestly. It's fucking terrible.
You also had Seth Everman at the end of the year making good on his promise to end his YouTube channel and delete his profile picture. Jaytwocentz, a huge well-known PC build streamer, also announced a reduced amount of content due to health conditions that he'd suffered over 2023. And today, MatPat announced that he is handing off the keys to his channel, The Game Theorist, and all the other Theorist channels, to somebody else. And he's been planning it for a while, and it's the same reason. And across the board, it felt like a chorus, right? A lot of them citing exhaustion and the demanding, kind of pace of this content. But look, there was a lot of other complaints in there too that I think a lot of people aren't really focusing on. Ad revenue and views had dropped for a lot of long-form creators. Specifically, Tom mentioning this in an interview with The Guardian right after he posted that video. There are a lot of different users also talking about shorts and their emphasis on the platform and how that's affecting everything. And a lot of this pace has led to a lot of these people almost content milling their content, not reducing the quality of their content, but chasing their viewership and sometimes chasing negativity instead of chasing the ideas they think are fulfilling or really something worthwhile to watch. But that frequency is a double-edged sword. Also, it feels like we were just talking about this. Last year, LinusTechTips got in huge trouble because of this. LinusTechTips is one of the biggest tech channels, was the biggest tech channel on YouTube until last year. Gamers Nexus called out their insane frequency of content, leading them to incorrect conclusions and incorrect information that they would relay to their users in their videos, citing multiple issues like this water block that they reviewed incorrectly for their channel. And after a ton of back and forth, Linus eventually had to take a massive L, stating that they would be taking a step back in the way they were making content. They would be reviewing their entire review process, putting out less videos, but making sure everything was accurate. Look, this seriously damaged Linus's reputation, and a lot of it is on him. But we can't act that the YouTube algorithm and culture around constant content didn't play into that. But listen, YouTube is exhausting is a point people have been making since the dinosaurs roamed the earth. It's a valid point. I think it's absolutely, look, I fucking feel that shit all the time. And I'm not nearly the size of these other creators, which tells you like, oh my God, as bad as it is for me, they're fucking Atlas hosting that shit on their backs. But hearing people talk about this stuff specifically, it kind of reminded me of another kind of goodbye response. Jon Stewart's. You see, in 2015, Jon Stewart said, I'm leaving The Daily Show. And very soon after, Stephen Colbert got The Late Show. And around that time, they both talked about the demands of the job and how intense it really, really was.
Not many people know what this gig is like.
That's right.
And like, you know, at the end of the day, wouldn't it be nice to like go have a drink with each other? Because then we can say like, can you fucking believe what this gig is like?
Absolutely.
And that's what John and I were able to do once I understood.
Stewart citing, you felt like you were constantly in like the soup of politics in the political sphere. And I loved watching The Daily Show. Honestly, it felt like fucking around. It kind of felt like YouTube to me. Like everybody takes this television shit so seriously. We're having fun, and YouTube feels like fun. But swimming through all of that is indeed exhausting. And he eventually took his time out and left. And within the same time frame, David Letterman left. A few years later, Conan left. But why am I comparing this? I feel when we talk about YouTubers, we tend to think that, hey, this guy who does this thing isn't doing his thing anymore, which I think is the wrong way to really see how all of this is going. MatPat isn't just the theory guy. He shouldn't be just the theory guy. Jaytwocentz shouldn't just be the computer guy. Philip DeFranco just shouldn't just be the news guy, you beautiful bastards. Jon Stewart was a comedian first, but he didn't want to be the funny newsman guy. And so he left. And even when he came back, it was significantly different than what he had done before. Even Colbert left being a funny improviser who was pretending to be a pundit and a satirist and became a late night show host with a political edge. Now, there are people who prefer old Colbert to new Colbert. It's what it is. But the thing is, he didn't want to stay in the box everybody gave them. There is a latitude these days in television of people trying to reinvent themselves. You're no longer just Malcolm in the Middle's dad, you're Walter White. I think when we watch these YouTubers take a step back from this content, it's not just, oh, YouTube is burning me out and everything like that. It's also, people don't have to do the same churn for the rest of their lives. Life is multifaceted, and to expect creators to just live in the box that you give them limits what we get to experience and enjoy. There is something to be said about how YouTube really, really pushes you to make as much content and as many videos as possible and trying to cater to an audience so you don't lose steam and you can pay your rent. There is something to be said about that. But also, there is something to be said about saying, hey, you know what? I did it. I did this thing. I said what I wanted to say with it, and now I want to take a step back. And us as a culture of content creators allowing that to happen and to support other ventures of these people. I think that's a beautiful thing to do. Right now, I love making Freestyle the News. I fucking love making Freestyle the News. But it is exhausting. Freestyle the Year, which I made, was fucking exhausting. I had to do a lot more work than I thought I would, and I'm not like rolling in dough, but I wanted to do something for everybody. And when I posted it, by the way, it didn't blow the fuck up, but the people who found it really appreciated it, and I really enjoyed what I did there. And there is satisfaction in that. There are times these days where I want to like rest and take a break from Freestyle the News. I'm like, I need to just not touch this stuff. And I find myself gravitating towards it. And I'm like, why am I doing that? Oh, well, because I enjoy it. There's going to be a point where the exhaustion is far higher than the reward. That'll come someday, and that's fine. I'm not only this. And I think if we start seeing these YouTubers as what they are, creators, we're going to get more out of it. It's a good thing that they're stepping back, and it's something that we should celebrate. Outside of YouTube, so many people exhaust themselves and kill themselves in service of a job they don't like. And companies take advantage of this and grind them into dust. I felt I was in that ladder. I worked at this one company that shelved videos that I made for a whole I would make a video. I would spend hours making a fucking video, and then they would put it out 3 months later, or they would just shelve it and watch it die. And I felt so demoralized watching work I put so much time into just never see the light of day because of a grudge this one fucking guy had. And now I'm not in that. I feel a lot better. But how beautiful that they made their choice to step away. And look, it's very privileged they even have that choice. It's very, very fortunate of them to have it. Let's not let ourselves be defined by what we do. Let's have our work or our vacation or what we do be defined by us. So I don't think this is the last YouTuber retirement we're going to see. I hope some of my favorite YouTubers don't retire. I'm not retiring right now. I just made the fucking Zed cinematic universe if you look at my community posts. But I do think that instead of framing what's going on with YouTube and why are these creators retiring, we should frame it as people are choosing themselves over the grind. And that's where we all have to get to. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're about to have a crazy 2024. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think about these YouTube retirements? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should I have dinged YouTube a little bit more? Anyway, we have a brand new Freestyle of the News coming up on Sunday and some more content I'm not getting burnt out by. I'm happy to do it right now. And I hope you all tuned in and have a good time. Anyway, my name is Tabani, and I'll see y'all soon. Let's go!